Stewards call. So for me, I feel like this like economy stuff, how do we bring value to the TC token? How do we bring more money and revenue into the common pool? I feel like that's top of mind, most interesting. As far as distractions, I have to get the notes together and figure out, see if I can get it up before you guys start giving me good agenda topics. I'll pass it to Wonka.
Thanks, Griff. Yeah, it's been really great to be here. The participation from the people in the community has been really amazing, and it's like super cool to be able to hug the people. And I send you all a hug, and I am sure that all the people here like also misses you, and that even though we're having a party, it would be better with you. And yeah, one thing that I wanted to share is that today I met with Michael from Aragon, and they invited us, Bianca and me, to participate in an AMA for Aragon tomorrow, and we will be talking about gravity, because you know that we will try to iterate gravity in that community. And yeah, that's for me. I'll pass for Mitch.
No intentions, just to listen. I'll give it to Livia.
Intentions for what this meeting should be about? Is that I think there's a few things in parallel in my mind. One is I'm a little bit focused on I started this convo on Twitter about race and representation, and I have a call with this crew that showed up in an hour from now. So I'm a little bit like thinking about that. How can we be more inclusive, and how does affect our system designs? And also, there's a lot of conversation happening on the financial part. We're starting a working group. I think it's almost standing in its own feet now. And there's also the praise stuff, like how to have better praise etiquette. That's also something I've been looking at recently. And I'll pass to Bear. Did you go?
Hello, everyone. Are we doing intentions and distractions?
Yeah, especially any intentions for the call.
Right. Not really. I'm just here to listen today and see what everyone is up to, and that will be all. I don't know who is missing, so I will pass it back to you, Greg.
I think Lauren still needs to go.
Yeah. My intentions are just to hang out with everybody. And I mean, I'm down to talk about like the treasury, the working group, the token fundraising working group stuff. But just I'm kind of here. I'm a little bit distracted, mostly by like emotional exhaustion, or like exhaustion from all the things I had this morning. It's like a very overwhelming morning of like back-to-back talks, AMAs, presentations, and I'm like, can I not be in a call? But anyway, I'm here in the call. And I think everyone has gone, so that's
Nice. I think so too. Thanks, Lauren. Well, let's dive into the token economy and fundraising working group. Is there any action on this that's been going? Does anyone have an update? Like, I don't think there's no one who's stepped up to start leading it yet or anything like that, right?
Yeah, actually, Bear, Mertz, and Gideon stepped up to lead it, and we've been kind of incubating it in SoftGov for the last few weeks, and now it has enough structure to have its own meeting. So we just started a chat where we'll plan the next meeting, and there are docs that mostly Bear has been working on. So if you want to share more of that, Bear, gathering all the discussions and points that we had in the last few weeks and then putting a structure to it.
This is great. I had no idea all this was happening in SoftGov. This is super cool. Thank you guys for jumping in. Is there any plan to start? Is it going to spin out into its own group, or?
Yeah. I think we have enough momentum to start that next week. So the plan was that we would create the manifesto to understand just the plan of work based on all the information we already have. And then probably, what do you think, Bear? Maybe next week it could already be its own thing.
Well, definitely make sure I get the doodle. I want to go if there's a weekly call or something. Hopefully that doodle gets passed around widely so we can pick a time that works for a lot of people. Oh, great. Great. Okay, cool. Well, does anyone want to talk specifically about anything in this token economy fundraising working group stuff? Okay. Next. That was great. Thank you, Bear. This is really amazing. That's such great news. I'm so happy to hear how well this is progressing. Wonka's not here to talk about Aragon and Gravity. I think there is an interesting thing happening in Aragon that I don't know. I feel like it's worth mentioning that they're going to actually DAOify. As funny as that is, they actually just have a legal entity that holds all their funds, and it might be interesting, kind of connected to the token economy fundraising working group. You know, to ask them for some donations because we are doing some incredible work with them, and they're going to actually create a DAO that would fund things. Maybe they'd be interested in funding the token engineering commons. So definitely follow that Aragon discussion. And then, yeah, with that, maybe we'll just pass it. Livia, you had a topic around race and inclusivity. Did you want to discuss that at all?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just that I'm gonna have a call on that in an hour, and if anyone feels inspired to join, and just thinking if anyone has a topic they would like to see being discussed around there. Is there any thoughts that jump into mind immediately that you would like folks to discuss, people that have been more active in that discussion?
I mean, I guess the thing I would add is like race and culture sometimes get conflated, and like I feel like there's a lot, you know, it's like I think it's things are much more whatever your race is. If you're from Western culture, a lot of things are more accessible than they are if you're from other cultures that have other challenges. And I feel like this is a big piece of the puzzle. But
Yeah, so we started to have this talks in SoftGov about like what are some of the cultural aspects we might not be talking about that could be important. And I think someone raised that for me one day about how this word race was never brought up. Like we never talk about race in the spaces we are. And if we're talking about systemic change, there's no way we're not including that word, and we're not bringing like people who have been thinking about that closer to help us create structures that are inclusive, language that is inclusive. I don't know, maybe this would even change our economy and the ways we interact. Like we've been very segregated in the world for a long time, and then how can we just start bringing this topic closer? So that's why this is happening, but we don't need to go deep into it. If no one has other thoughts, I can just report back on the progress too.
You mentioned you're gonna talk about it in an hour, Libby.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I would love to join, but it's conflictive with orientation call. So.
Yeah.
where is it?
It's gonna be on a Google Meet. So if I can send invites to anyone who's interested. I wanted to keep more of a group that is not like necessarily super open for anyone to just like, oh, I'm curious, let me look at it, but to create more of a safe space. But then anyone who feels interested to be included.
Cool. Well, if there's no more comments on that, then we can, I think, move to the next one, which is, well, actually, Wonka's back. So I don't know, was there anything that you wanted to mention about Aragon and Gravity? Is this like a budding partnership? That's a cool update.
Yeah, we've been in conversations, and they think that Gravity can be helpful for supporting the group that they are calling Umbrella. That would also be like the conflict management effort. And yeah, they also we have been talking about like the payment of the service, and with Septi, like our strategy would be to buy TEC with what they pay to us, and initially it will be 6,000 DAI for like a consultancy regarding some sanctions that they have, some policies, some processes, also building some cultural awareness about the group, also talking about the normalization of conflict, also, yeah, all those topics that we've been doing. Like the first months would be that to like raise awareness, understand and normalize this conflict management, and then we will try to offer them also some continued education activities, like not a proper graviton training, but it would be like some of those practical groups like we're having on Tuesdays with Lynn and Jeremy, so that they can practice these liberating structures and have a better communication within the community. But also they invited Bianca and me for a AMA tomorrow. We made a tweet and from Gravity, and we tagged the TC. I think it will be at 3:30 here in Europe, so I think it will be 9 a.m. At the normal time that I live in EST. But yeah, just to invite people if you want to come, and yeah, just to share also that we are trying to grow as a service DAO. I think that's more or less the update.
That's cool. Yeah, and I found the tweet. Oh no, I lost it though. Is it this one? Yeah. Definitely retweet, shill. Okay, that's it. Cool, that's an awesome update, and good to see expanding in Aragon. Does anyone have any comments on that or anything that they want to add? Because otherwise we can just jump into praise etiquette. This is also on you, Olivia. Did you have something to present on praise etiquette?
Yeah, I wish G-Way was here because she put that up, and it's really great, just making an analysis on some of the disagreements from the quantifiers. So what is a duplicate? What is not? What is something to be dismissed? What is not? And we're coming down to like the solution for all of this. It's probably how we praise, and then that is a construction to do little by little. So I would really encourage everyone to quantify at least once to understand how to better praise. So there are some examples here of like how would we quantify for engaging and participating on the orientation call? Amazing to have you here. versus for joining the orientation call. Would we mark this as a duplicate or not? Would we quantify the fact that someone felt it was amazing to have that person there? So this feeling of warmth. Or when it comes to the outcome of like someone had a great AMA on bonding curves versus this person hosted the AMA on bonding curves. So how can we make every praise more and more descriptive to understand not only what happened, but also what was the outcome of that? So what was the impact that that action had on the TC or on you? So that's not like super ready to share. It's just came to mind in the intentions that that's something we're working on.
That's super cool. This is super cool. Do you happen to know right now what they do for duplicate praise? Like, if it's considered a duplicate, does it like get extra points a little bit or something?
It receives 10% of the of the one you quantified. So you quantify one, and then the second one you mark as a duplicate. It receives 10% of the first. But we're
cool.
considering putting that a little bit up, and that would be kind of a test, seeing like, what if we raise the duplicate value to 60%? How would that affect the scores? The duplicate has been the most challenging part of the quantification.
Mm-hmm. That's exciting. Well, it's definitely the most challenging thing, like when you're quantifying too. It's like, what was that 4-digit thing? And oh, here's another one. Click, click, da, 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 da. It's like the slow step. So, well, that's cool. Does anyone have any thoughts or comments on this quantifier, like praise etiquette, or anything they want to add? I guess what I would say is that, you know, when the best way to change behavior is by giving some expectations about, like, if you give praise, like in the end, I don't think we can't stop people from saying, praise you for recording the calls, you know, but we can say, you know, if you spend a little bit more time, that's actually going to, and say what the impact is. It has been shown that quantifiers appreciate that and will give you more points, you know, so your praise will have more impact. And framing it around that as like also being outcome based as opposed to prescriptive, you know, it's like, yeah, you can praise however you want, but, you know, if you spend a little bit of time and think about the impact that it has, that will likely make quantifiers score it better. And if you really want to see what it's like, come quantify and give it a shot.
Yeah, we've been working on a document for that, for like how to help people have a better etiquette when praising. And maybe it would be cool to pass around. I would love to hear, like, what is the experience people have praising? How does it feel for you? Does it feel easy to praise? Do you feel like you're the type that likes to be descriptive, or maybe what is the praise that feels the best to receive?
Anyone have any thoughts? What's the best praise that feels the best to receive?
I mean, well, for me, the best praise, I always feel the best about praise that's like a total surprise, or like if it's something that I'm being praised for that I thought that people like didn't care about or something, and then somebody later went back to it and then praised for it. So it's like kind of like retroactive praise is one of the best feeling ones. And also I really like to receive praise that is like, I mean, if I spent a lot of time on something and I like really put a lot of like heart and effort into it, then it's like really nice to be like recognized for that praise. Yeah. because sometimes the praise that I receive that's also nice is like stuff that I'm like, yeah, I mean that wasn't really a big thing, but it's like when I feel like acknowledged for things that I put a lot of effort into. Should I pass it or just open it up?
I think I like praises when they're not related to the everyday activities. Like, I don't know, the other day I praised Mitch for having a very rad mullet, and that's cool. And or when people notice like you got a haircut or something like that, or like a cool shirt. I don't know, those are really, like, I don't know, those are my favorite, like when people notice that kind of small things.
I saw you unmuting.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Griff and everyone. I guess so. I've been praise quanting from the beginning, and I think I like what Griff said. In this case, a lot of the things he said, it's because it's a fine line about quantifying a really subjective process that people get gratitude out of giving the praise as well as receiving the praise. And so maybe in the end, it's like non-specific praises about great mullets or just things that that like clearly it was important for the person to say it, and probably the person that received it enjoyed it. So maybe those types of things fall into sort of a different bucket. That's like you get 3 points for that kind of thing. And if it's specific, then like Griff said, I think probably most quantifiers are more likely to score that higher. There's an inherent bias there, which I think is good, actually, just based on my experience. So, yeah, I don't know. It's been fascinating, and it's important to not take away the joy that people get from the whole damn thing, right? It's like so unique and fun. So quantifying that's difficult, and keeping it together, yeah. Thanks.
Any other thoughts on praise? Cool. Well, this was kind of, a few more people came in. Quantum, Roomie, Nate. Nate! Oh my gosh, Nate! Congratulations, man! Can we just all get like a round of applause for Nate and your new baby? Oh my gosh!
Congratulations, Nate.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
Wow! What a joy!
He's a cutie.
Yeah, he is. Oh my gosh. Wow, thanks for blessing us with this one.
Yeah. So tired.
Yeah, I haven't seen you with such a beard before.
I haven't moved much.
Well,
He's cute.
I'm sure it's worth it.
It is. He's awesome. So, but thank you guys. I'm just listening in.
Yeah, hi guys. I also have a newborn baby, baby boy.
Oh wow, Quantum, congrats.
Thanks.
What's your baby's name?
Matthew by English, but in Georgia is Mate.
Mate. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And
Thanks.
Nate, your baby's name is Kepler, right?
Yep, Kepler.
Oh, that's such a cool name. Great names. Wow. TC lives on. No, I don't know. It's great. Thanks, guys. Thanks for both coming and bringing your babies into the game. That's super cool. Well, does anyone have any final topics to bring into the Stewards Council? Because we could also end early and give everyone the time back if there's nothing else.
Hello, people. I'm currently new. We just kind of want to speak up a little bit.
Yeah.
I had joined the token engineering community some months back, but now I feel like I have some time to really kind of dig in. So I'm still learning what Stewards is and things of that nature. I'm coming from Kernel, the Gitcoin community. I'm one of their fellows from last year. Really interested in tokenomics. Currently, kind of assisting a tokenomic project at Winding Tree. And so I would love to see, how that can be helpful, how I can be helpful, how we can create some type of dialogue between the two. Winding Tree is working on travel using the blockchain, and we're currently kind of flushing out how to actually use NFTs for checking in and out of hotels and actually making reservations. I'm super fresh on the project, but very excited to be hopefully play a part in the token engineering commons also.
Oh, welcome, Roomie. Thank you so much for jumping in and giving us a little backstory. Winding Tree, I swear I've heard of Winding Tree I want to say it was 3 years ago. It's a pretty old project, I think they participated in a hackathon or something in Prague, DevCon 3. So that's super cool. I'm glad to see that they're still pushing. And I'm sure with you on board, the push will only get stronger. I'm not sure the best way to integrate the work. I don't know if anyone else has any ideas how to integrate with projects that are doing token economics. Maybe we could have some workshops or something like that, or at least introduce them to Angela and the Academy. Anyone else have any other ideas?
I think there are also too. Hopefully, maybe I can get some discounts for the token engineering community when it comes to travel, because we are doing a lot of promotion things in regards to trying to get people to use the chain, but also getting them to actually use the service to actually book their travel reservations. So maybe there's something on that side too. But actually, you're way more informed than me. I really just learned about them in November. I did not know that they had such a history in the space. So I'm still really catching up to speed, but definitely looking for a way to work together, but also just looking for a way to stay involved with token engineering commons, particularly on the software side. Very interested in CAD and kind of taking a deep dive in that also.
Very cool. Well, there's definitely CAD workshops that happen in pretty regularly. In our community call later today, there's the labs section. It's all the different community events that might be especially interesting to you. Yeah. Anyone else have any other ideas on how to work with Winding Tree? Have you come, Roomie, are you free for the next 2 hours? Because there's orientation coming up next in the DC, and then there's the community call. I feel like those would both be very interesting to you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to free myself up intentionally just for that. Being I do have some time today. Yes, I do have some time, and I'll definitely free up to kind of see what's going on so I can get more involved.
Amazing. That's super cool. Because I think Edu can probably walk you through it in the next hour better than I can. And Quantum, thank you so much for showing your baby. It's super cool. Little Matu. Did you say Mata?
Mate.
Mate.
Yes.
Such a beautiful baby. That's so nice.
Thank you.
What a What a heartwarming Stewards call. My God. Well, does anyone else have any last topics for the Stewards call, or should we call it a day? Okay, I'll take that as let's give everyone back their 40 minutes. I think we're scoring like 4 hours total if we do that for every collectively. So yeah, Lauren.
No, I just want to say bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for the great Stewards call. Always good to connect.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.